Hey guys, welcome back to my new PlayStation. Welcome back to my new PlayStation 5. Today I'm gonna be cleaning up this dirty house again. And just talking about various things. As of right now, it is 11:34. So as always, I am kind of doing this in my in-between period, as opposed to like scrolling on social media or something. This is a better outlet, I find. But I have some stuff to do, so I can't do it for very long, unfortunately. But I made a video this morning that was 8 minutes of me cleaning a dirty house in silence. That video was supposed to have audio. It was supposed to be like this. So last night I went out of my way to create like a whole sleep schedule. I was like, well, I'm missing out on sleep. I stayed up past midnight doing homework, so I need to make sure that I get enough sleep. I'm lowering my music real quick. I need to make sure that I get a good night rest. Oh my gosh, a good night's rest, because I had a class at 8 in the morning, right? So I figure, okay, sleep cycles are in 90-minute intervals, so I'll get 6 hours of sleep, which means I play 10 minutes of this, blah 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 blah. I did a whole thing, right? Got 6 hours of sleep. I woke up this morning at 8:15. My class was at 8, and I need to get to campus and all that. So it would take me 20-30 minutes, so I did not go to class. I went through all that trouble, and my rest was too good. I did not end up going to class. Interesting. I did not end up going to class. And I don't know, I slept through multiple alarms. It was awful. It was a mistake, man. And I made an entire 8-minute video talking about mistakes and what you can do moving forward on them. And it talked about an inner and outer locus of control, changing like external factors being important on how much control you think you have in your life, and thus how hard you try, things like that. How do I get up there? It was like a great 8-minute video, and then I realized, oh, my microphone wasn't on. So all that's lost to the void, and you know, sometimes you talk to yourself and you say things like this, and man, they're all lost to the void. It's okay. It's okay. No, really. So instead, I don't want to rehash that for me personally. It was a banger. Just pretend it was a banger, okay? Pretend you saw it and it was a banger. What the frick was that? I don't know. How do I get up there? Do I need a ladder? Do I have a ladder? I feel like I do. Just gonna hit button. Uh-oh. That's not a button I want. Oh my gosh! I've been changing it manually this whole time. Jeez, that's stupid. There's definitely a ladder in this game, right? Not that I need it, I guess. I'm so excited to finish this game so that I can do the SpongeBob DLC. I mean, I could just do the SpongeBob DLC anyways, but nah. Okay, I didn't figure out how to use the ladder. With the feet on the head, the ground. I'm so far from the screen. Rotate equipment. I have no idea. How do I... New Shrek jobs. How do I use my ladder? Guys. Equip. Well, this sucks. I don't know how to use the ladder. Sometimes, guys. Sometimes you gotta try to do things that you don't know how to do. And you do it. You make by, okay? So no, oh. Hold, okay. That works. I'm not, sometimes I'll make these videos and I'm like super, and I have something on my mind, you know? I'm not necessarily feeling that right now. I've had a long morning. So I think genuinely I'm just gonna, like, this isn't gonna be insightful. Sorry, Andres. This will not be insightful. We're just gonna clean a house. Yeah. Maybe talk more casually about things I've got going on. Take it as a moment to relax. Not stress myself out needing to create some self-importance, some sort of importance of anything, which can be a little stressful. Just gonna talk. Just kind of stream of consciousness, let it all, let it all happen. Yeah, I've got an editing class, which I don't particularly enjoy. I like the professor. I think he's great. The editing class does spend a lot of time going over simple things or incredibly boring things. Half of it is that, and then the other half is presenting your assignments, which I really hate doing. I really hate presenting in any sort of context. An editing project, which I've yet to finish, so yet to start. I need to do that immediately. Technically, it's 2 projects. Let me present both. I don't know. Well, I guess I should start that really soon. It's 11:41 and my class is at 2:30. And I still have to get over there. So, I'm having a strange week. Where I kind of just don't want to do anything. But we all have those weeks. In fact, for a lot of people, it's every week. So, I get it. I've got some annoying stuff to do this weekend, and I've been feeling very nostalgic here and there. Like a lot of my friends, I did YouTube, like not really seriously, but I did it growing up in a way where I met a lot of people. I did a lot of networking, mostly for fun. But I did Minecraft SNPs, which are these multiplayer servers that are designed to make content on them. Did that a lot, and I've met a handful of people who now through that actually kept going with it, and now content creation is kind of their career, and I think that is wonderful. Sometimes in very unexpected ways. One of my friends who I made Minecraft videos with now professionally does cooking videos, and he has millions of followers on TikTok and YouTube and all the platforms, And then some of my other friends stuck to Minecraft, but hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube now, and they're really feeling a lot of different things. And it's interesting to see the different paths that people could take, and how different things fulfill different people, and different things lead to success for different people, and how those are I'm sounding a little redundant, but they're different for everyone. Let me change the song I'm listening to. Yeah, some of the people who I've talked to who went on and were successful with YouTube, which these days is a dream job for a lot of people. And what's so interesting about it being a dream job is it's quite accessible. Anyone can do it, and yet dream job. It's more accessible than it's ever been to get famous online. Um, I've made viral videos. I'm not saying I'm famous, but like if you do that enough times, you know what I'm saying? And yet some of them don't feel fulfilled personally. What's been kind of interesting is one of my friends who did YouTube does these Minecraft documentary style videos. But one of his more recent ones was actually just like about how this Minecraft YouTuber decided to quit his channel and then climb Mount Everest. And like obviously it's not a Minecraft oriented video, but it was very interesting to watch. And he decided to climb Mount Everest because he was kind of just not fulfilled. He was successful with his Minecraft YouTube channel, but didn't feel like it was very fulfilling. So he went and did that, and that kind of sparked something in I think my friend who made the documentary about him, where he was trying to see what else he could do to be both. And this is the question. This is a very privileged question still, but how to find a job that's both fulfilling and successful, like caters to your talents, maybe is productive for people and for the world, and yet even on top of all that is fulfilling, makes you feel fulfilled, which sometimes I wonder what does it mean to feel fulfilled? What does it mean to feel fulfilled? It's a word I think about a lot. Fulfilled. Yeah, I can't say it has like the most concrete definition. To feel fulfilled means to feel satisfied. But how is that different from, content? How is fulfilled different from content? Fulfilled is a greater positive experience, I believe. Oh boy. Right now I am content pretending to clean a roof in a video game. Does it fulfill me? I think it satisfies me. You see, fulfilled feels like such a great term. Like, what fulfills you? I think helping people fulfills me. I think being intellectually explorational fulfills me. Yeah, some of the most satisfying times in my life have been on like off days of work, for example. I can just go biking or go on a long walk. We're talking like 6 to 10 hours. Listen to music, or more importantly, like an audiobook or a podcast, but still music as well, and just reflect on the things that I explore. I've never been like more intellectually satisfied than when I'm doing stuff like that. And usually I do have a topic in mind while I'm doing it as well. Like I'll finish a really good book, or I'll finish a really good game, and I'll just let it fester on me while I bike or something. And then while I'm like listening to a podcast about The Last of Us or something, and that analyzes it, I'll be like stopping at gas stations for snacks, discovering abandoned farms, things like that. It was so creepy listening to a podcast for The Last of Us and finding this abandoned farm that was like overgrown and post-apocalyptic in nature. It was really pretty too. And that farm will never be that state again. I visited a few times and it's been further trashed and things like that. And they're doing some construction there. But it was a very, very fulfilling experience as a whole. Being caught in weather, finding stray cats, finding those free little libraries and taking a book from them, and starting to read it on a park bench while we watch the sunset. you know, so many different things to explore and find out there. I've had some of my best experiences doing that. Which, like, anyway, I feel like a lot of people. If you could retire infinite money, what would you do? Almost anyone I know. A lot of people will say travel. Traveling is such a privilege to be able to explore these different cultures and places and ideas. But I found that I've been able to do that in a smaller scale, yeah. But I've been able to do that locally, and get a great sense of fulfillment as well, and to grow and learn the area around you can still be very satisfying as well. To know the path to get to that weird tree, or to recognize certain barks for certain houses, or to find your own hidden little abandoned farm that you can film a stupid stupid video with your friends at, or take some pictures that you've never taken before. Can all be very fulfilling. So I highly recommend exploring your local area, if you can, and more often than not, I think you can. I think you can do it in the city. I did it in the city. You can do it in the middle of nowhere. I've done it in the middle of nowhere, which is so surreal feeling. The middle of nowhere, though, you might need to listen. You might need to, like, rely on media a little bit more for some of your feelings, but despite all of that, there's still things to discover in the middle of nowhere, and every little discovery feels so much more significant from what I remember. I used to live in this place that was, I think, Kansas, basically, but every time I found, like, a neighborhood with, like, a big slide, or sometimes they had bridges that went over roads, and the bridges would light up at nighttime, where there was a tiny little man-made lake, or some area would have sprinklers on at a certain time. Things like this, really, they're small, but they can be so delightful. There's some views there that you could only see at certain hours, at certain times of the night. And oh man, I loved biking in that area. Big, long stretches of road, of sidewalk, of path. Feeling the cool breeze on the wind, having to bike uphill, pushing yourself just to get to that view or find out what's around the corner. So satisfying. But then, like, I think of things like that, and, like, in the greater context of this conversation here, is that fulfilling? Could I do that every day forever? I think if I was at different places, yeah. After a year, sometimes you do feel like, oh, I've got this place down. Not that there isn't still stuff to explore, and then at that point, I start, like, taking the bus, which I've done. But despite all that, like, fulfilling, like, if we're being practical here, that's not necessarily a thing I can easily turn into a career that also feels productive and utilizes my skill set and feels emotionally and creatively, I don't want to say demanding, but, like, it utilizes the various things that I am good at, or I enjoy doing, or I can actually be helpful with in a greater sense. Oh man, I'm getting really carried away with this conversation. Probably only got 7 minutes. Yeah. There's all that. Hmm. What I'm doing right now does not really align with, it's stupid what does. Doesn't really align with listening to music and audiobooks and biking for 10 hours a day, looking at the sunset. Um, you know. And furthermore, I'm in a very serious relationship, and like everything I do, I have to consider her. Like it'd be so cool to just go to Europe and travel professionally to some extent, just in some way. But before I can even start thinking about, think of my lady, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. But you know, it just makes things more practically expensive and things like that. But what I'm doing right now, what am I doing right now? I'm in college. My dad keeps saying I'm a full-time student, and that's kind of my job. But I also have a real job, and I've applied for having multiple jobs at a time, and thankfully did not get hired. Even though it would have been a really cool job, actually. But my schedule is so bad. I'm starting to find myself feeling in a perpetual state of tired, which I don't think is a life I want long term. Thankfully, it's just for this semester with my crappy schedule. I mean, I need to do better next gen, and I will probably have a different job next time too. We'll see. But yeah, in terms of being a student, what am I studying? What am I gonna do with all of this time? Well, I'm a film major, and I don't brag about that. I don't feel happy about the fact that I'm a film major. Every time I tell someone that, I'm like, oh well, I'm technically a film major is what I say. And then they're like, oh wow, that sounds fun. And then they're like doing electrical engineering or some crap. And I get it. In your shoes, I would say the same thing. You're like, oh wow, that sounds fun. I wish I could do that. And it's so much money. For what? Now? For what? What the frick? I had so much left. Faded away in the dark, and you're never coming back. No coming back. And I saw the look on your face when it changed and you weren't looking back. No coming back. None know that by tomorrow I'll feel it. Roof is worse every time that I hear it. No, you're gone, but tell me where did your spirit go? Oh, run away from the way that I'm feeling. Maybe that's just the way that I'm feeling. No, you're gone, but tell me where did your spirit go? I just don't get it. All the things I wish I would have said before you took your last breath out. You build me up just to leave me now. Whoa, whoa. And I just don't know where to go. Tell me where we go. Whoa. No, I just don't know. Call you whenever I'm drunk. Then I remember you're gone. Then it's shocking for you to say, I'm heading on to Utah. Cold this December I saw. I'll never let you go on a day, but tomorrow I'll feel it. Truth is worse every time that I hear it. Know you're gone, but tell me where your spirit goes. Oh, oh, run away from the way that I'm feeling. Maybe the way that I'm here. No, you're gonna tell me where your spirit go. I just don't get it. All the things I wish I would have said before you took your last breath. How'd you build me up just to leave me now? Oh, I just don't know where to go. Tell me where to go. Oh, I just don't know. Good song. I thought you should know. Green thumb that you're so proud of. Bodies are scattered and starving for love. Starving for love. One was on his deathbed. I've really got to do my editing homework after this. I have a project to edit. Really? Really? That's kind of wrong. Huh? It is 12. So yeah, I should probably... well... Alrighty, I will be back next time, probably to finish.